Hey guys, this is the 5.2 notes. So to start, this deals with the substitution method. So that's a method for solving systems of equations by substituting within one another. All right, so that's our definition. Now I'm going to go through the steps to how to solve these problems. So step 1 says solve one equation for either x or y. Step 2 says substitute this expression into the other equation and solve for the variable. So our objective is to get just one variable in the equation because with two variables you can't really solve. And then step 3 says substitute your answer into the revised equation from step 1 and solve for the other variable. So say you solve for x, right? Then you can substitute that back into that original equation and you'd be able to solve for y by plugging in x. So now what I want to do is go through a couple examples with you. So I'm going to go through 1 through 3 right now with you guys so that you kind of know what we're doing. Then I'll do a couple more and then I'll have you practice the rest that we did not go over. Okay, so for number 1, we have two equations, right? Y equals 4x minus 1 and y equals 2x minus 5. Well, we already have y equals to something. So, right, what we're going to do is we're going to take this y equals 4x minus 1, right? We're essentially going to plug in this 4x minus 1 in for y right here, okay, in our second equation. So, right, we're solving for x, and we're going to substitute that 4x minus 1 expression in for y in our second equation. So I'm going to write 4x minus 1 instead of this y, right? I put 4x minus 1. I'm going to set that equal to the original 2x minus 5 that y was equal to. Now I'm just going to solve for x, right? I only have one variable, so now I can solve. So I'm going to move the 1 over. 4x equals 2x minus 4. Then subtract 2x to the other side. 2x equals negative 4. And then divide by 2. We get x is equal to negative 2. Okay, so we've done step 1 and step 2. Now we need to substitute this answer, x equals negative 2, in for x in the first equation, right? So I'm going to plug in this x into this first equation, right? So I'm going to rewrite it as y equals 4x minus 1. And then I'm going to plug in negative 2 for this x right here. Okay, so I'll kind of highlight that. This negative 2 is going to go in for this x. So we get 4 times negative 2 minus 1 is equal to y. So y equals negative 8 minus 1. Therefore, y is equal to negative 9. And if we wanted to write this as a coordinate, we'd write negative 2, negative 9, because we write it as xy. Okay, but if you leave it as x equals y equals, that's fine. All right, so let's try number 2. All right, so again, we have a y equals 6x. So I'm going to plug that in for y over here. Okay, so I'm going to substitute in 6x into this y. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the second equation as 2x plus 3 times, right, is 6x, because we said that's what y is equal to. Right, and then that's equal to negative 20. Okay, so essentially I put this 6x right here in for y, right? But that y is being multiplied by 3, so that's why I put it in parentheses here. All right, so now we're going to solve for x. Get 2x, and then 3 times, all right, we got to do this 3 times negative 6, 3 times 6x, which is 18x, is equal to negative 20. Combine our like terms, we get 20x equal. So we get 20x is equal to negative 20. And then we divide by 20 to both sides, and we get x equals negative 1. Now again, right, we're going to take that original first equation, y equals 6x. And now I'm going to substitute in, right, this negative 1 in for x right here. So we get y equals 6 times negative 1. Therefore, y equals negative 6. And our coordinate, if we want to write it in coordinates, is negative 1, negative 6. All right, and now let's do number 3. So again, we're given y is equal to x plus 9. So I'm going to plug that in for the y in the second equation. So 3x plus 8 times x plus 9 is equal to negative 5. All right, we need to do a little distributing. So 8 times x and the plus 9. Okay, so we do 3x plus 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 9 is 72, so plus 72 equals negative 5. I'm going to combine my x's, and then I'm also going to subtract the 72 to both sides. Okay, so I combine my x's, I get 11x, and then this cancels out. Negative 5 minus 72 is negative 77. Last step, divide by 11. X equals negative 7. Now, substitute in negative 7 into our first equation. All right, so y equals x plus 9. All right, put in that negative 7 right here. Y equals negative 7 plus 9. Therefore, y is equal to positive 2. So we get negative 7, positive 2. All right, now I want to do number 5 with you. I don't have it written down, so I'm going to write it. So 5 is 2x plus y is equal to negative 2. And 5x plus 3y equals negative 8. Okay, so as you can see, our first equation, right, we have a y right here. So let's get this y by itself. So to do that, we need to subtract the 2x to both sides. So y equals negative 2x, because we subtracted 2x, minus 2. Okay, so we just change this first equation to that. Now, right, we can substitute this in for our y right here. All right, so 5x plus 3y. Oops, sorry. Oh yeah, I'll just write out the whole equation. Equals negative 8. Then I'm going to substitute in this piece right here for y. So 5x plus 3 times negative 2x minus 2 equals negative 8. Distribute 5x minus 6x minus, not 2, sorry, 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6, equals negative 8. Combine our x's and add 6 to both sides. So we get negative x equals negative 2. And then we divide by negative 1 to both sides. X equals 2. Now we need to substitute in back into this equation. All right, so I'm going to put in 2 for my x here. So I'm going to say y equals negative 2 times 2, because I'm putting in 2 for x, minus 2. So y equals negative 4 minus 2. So y equals negative 6. And our answer is 2, negative 6. Okay. Now, when you get to 7, I'm just going to have you skip this problem. Okay, so I want you to skip and cross out this problem. All right. Okay, and now I'm also going to have you skip number 9. So skip number 7 and 9. And then what we'll do is, I think I'll have you try the rest. Okay, so you should be trying number 4. So try number 4. We did number 5 together, so try 6. Skip 7, try 8. Skip 9, try 10. Also try 11. Okay, so a hint though, whenever you see a problem, just an example right here, where you just see a y, right? This is what you want to solve for. Okay, I'm not going to finish out number 9, but right, I want to change this to y equals something because it has just a coefficient of 1. We don't need to change it. So in this case, I'd minus the 2x to both sides and make it y equals negative 2x plus 18. Okay, it doesn't always have to be the top problem that you're solving for. Look for the variable with no number in front of it. Okay, and then solve for that. And then what you do is substitute this piece back in for the variable y in the other equation. Okay. Any questions, make sure you ask me through Remind or through Google Classroom. But I'd like you to try those problems that we did not do and the ones I told, other than the ones I told you to skip.